What's up everybody, Tim Vix here and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I have a very special guest who completed his bachelor's in engineering back in India and is now currently studying culinary at Le Cordon Bleu in Paris, following his heart and passion. So let's get right into it. The trend of pursuing engineering in India is quite common. Every year, around 15 lakh engineers graduate from India alone. And I think the main reason for this is the fact that most of us are not sure which career path to choose after we finish our high school, and the concept of taking a gap year is not that common. So we enroll ourselves in some course, most of the time it's engineering, and we figure out what to do with the rest of our lives while pursuing this course. Interestingly, more than 60% of the students after graduation end up changing their stream. Now, most of the time it's either management or designing because it still has some sort of connection with engineering. But my friend Moonesh decided to take a completely different path and decided to follow his passion for culinary. Hi Moonesh, thank you so much for being part of my YouTube channel and thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So before we get started, could you tell us a little bit about your academic background?
So I've done my plus 2 in Guntur in Bashima Junior Academy. So later I thought I'll go for culinary arts or some kind of related degree. So because I was very passionate about cooking, so I thought I'll do that. Later I conveyed my parents that I want to do the hotel management degree. So they made me meet with some people who are already in hotel management industry.
Okay.
So, and they didn't really create a positive opinion on the hotel management industry. So they weren't convinced, and eventually they got me into LPU, where I done my electronics and communication engineering. But I wasn't so fluent or interested in bachelor's, so I'm not at all happy with it, and somehow made them convinced that I'm not happy. So they were convinced eventually that hotel management is like my kind of profession. Yeah, fourth year I started researching about culinary arts again. For the same time, yeah. This time I was choosing some foreign destination so that I could get some international exposure as well. So I thought I would specialize in French cuisine. I wanted to be a chef, so I chose chef as my career. So I chose that, and I was researching online about different culinary schools all around the world. So most of the good ones are located either in Europe or in US. So yeah, I thought about them, and Le Cordon Bleu was one of them. So I thought I'm doing French cuisine, so why not come to France to learn the culture as well. So that's how it ended up being in Le Cordon Bleu.
Okay, it's quite interesting that you say this because just before the introduction, I was talking to the viewers and I was telling them how most of the Indian students end up doing engineering, and then most of them we don't even stick with engineering and we change these streams. So it's quite interesting to know that even you came from that background and now you're pursuing something that you're really passionate about. So you did say a little bit about Le Cordon Bleu, and could you tell us why you chose Le Cordon Bleu in particular and not any other college? I know Le Cordon Bleu is quite popular and quite famous, but is there any other specific reason why you chose this college?
There's a pretty good reason. So I was researching about the culinary schools. So then I shortlisted 3 or 4 colleges. Most of them were in US, and Le Cordon Bleu Le Cordon Bleu has locations all over the world, but the Paris one was the headquarters, and it has the highest standards of them all, and it was ranked in pretty high in most of the culinary in the lists of culinary schools. It was not like I was studying and learning something, I was even practicing them every day. So that was more important for me, because in engineering most of the time we end up in theory classes and the practicals were just kind of just so. But here it's entirely different. You have a demonstration class and then you have a practical. So that was quite attractive to me, and I guess it's important as well. And they have a good exposure to culinary world. So they bring pretty established chefs from different parts of the world to teach us something, like they're kind of guest lectures and they take us on tours all over France maybe. I've been to one recently. they are kind of market tours and food tours, so that I would get some exposure.
Okay. Yeah, you told me recently that they took you to a market and they showed you how to like pick up fresh food, and it's quite interesting.
It was quite informative and like kind of an eye-opening for me because I used to buy everything from supermarkets all the time.
Yeah. Plus, also the fact that you said you're specializing in French cuisine, and Le Cordon Bleu is a French school, so that also helps you
a lot. Yes.
Okay, that's great. So, could you like take us through the admission process that you had to go through in order to get admitted at Le Cordon Bleu?
So, at first, after researching, and I applied it online. You have to fill a form online on the website of Le Cordon Bleu. So, some representative will contact you after you filling the form, and then they'll ask you about your details, like it's kind of an informal interview. So you'll tell them what all stuff about you, and then they'll ask you to send the documents, and they'll ask you to fill the application form, for which you have to pay some 1,500 euros or so for the application fee. So later there'll be a kind of a formal interview where some representative will ask you about your previous academy and your interest. You have to submit your CV, your degrees, and your language skill certificates, your experience certificates, and some internship certificates if there are any. So I've done that. And after a few days, like 3 or 4 days, I got the reply from them that I got admitted into Cordon Bleu.
Great news.
In Paris, and I was really happy about it. And we have to pay the fee. Like we have to pay, since I chose like culinary arts diploma in professional immersion. It's a 1-year program. And it has 4 to 6 months of internship after the 1 year.
So that's part of your program.
As well.
That's great. That's really great. So from your answer, I understand that the first step was to submit the documents. Then you get a verification call. And then you have a formal interview over phone. So since it has been like 2 months since you have started studying, how has your experience been so far? And is the school like living up to your expectations? Like what you imagined? Are you like living the life? Or
definitely, I must say yes. It would have been better if I had learned some French. So, but the school was really helpful. It was fantastic, I must say. They were really helpful in getting through all my procedures, and they helped me get my bank account and some of the documents that I had to clear. So they were really helpful with that. And even the normal stuff which I had to do at the college as well, about the timings and travel, everything. They helped me with that as well.
How has your experience been in terms of networking? Like how's the classroom, like how's the atmosphere in the classroom? Are there like a lot of international students, and do you get to like network with the people? What would you say?
The students are from all over the world, like from different parts of the world. We have few Indians as well, like I've seen about 4 or 5 Indians in my class.
Interesting.
And the chefs who teachers are really helpful as well. Like they are not so dramatic as they show in the shows. They're really helpful, I must say.
That's great.
And they're very skillful as well.
That's really great to hear. So you're saying that the faculty is very helpful and friendly, and you're having a really good experience so far.
Definitely yes.
That's excellent. Since you are from an engineering background, and engineering and culinary are like totally poles apart. Do you think this factor is causing you some sort of like inconvenience or trouble? Did you find it difficult to get used to this?
Since I was passionate about it and I had some degree of interest in it and some skills, I must say changing some stream, like suppose you are changing from arts to technical side, it's going to be a bit challenging at first. So it has been challenging for me as well. No matter how passionate I am, it's going to be challenging. So using the knives and organizing the stuff at home when I used to cook, so I used to take my time and do it. But now, since they give us a certain time span, which is, I must say, it is pretty, like the time which they give is pretty sufficient, but you have to be quick on your feet as well. So you have to balance both of them. Starting 3 or 4 practicals, they weren't graded or marked. So just so that you get used to the stuff. The starting ones were like chopping vegetables and pretty basic dishes, so that you'll get used to the stoves and the pans and all this stuff.
So you're saying that since you came from an engineering background, there's some small basic things which you found a little bit tricky and challenging, but otherwise it's fine. And since you're passionate, you already knew about everything. it was really good for you. And I think I would really agree with this because even I'm from an engineering background, and currently I'm like studying, like I'm pursuing business studies and management education. And even though they're like very slightly related, not much, very slightly related, even I face the difficulties, like, you know, in the starting that it's completely new and I'm not being exposed to that kind of, you know, that kind of topics. So, but as you said, as time progresses, you kind of get used to it. What is your most favorite thing about this course? Like, if you have to choose one thing, what would it be?
Just one thing?
Yeah.
I think after the practical, we get to take home the dishes which we made and share with you.
Okay.
That was the most fun of all, I guess.
Okay, I would say that I totally agree with you because like after every practical, you actually bring the dishes back home, and you were very kind enough to like call me over and share the food with me. So thank you for that. And I must say the food that you got was really delicious. And I think I got to try a lot of interesting French cuisine. So the ingredients and the raw materials are given to you by the university.
Right? They give you everything.
Okay.
So even if you like messed up with some dish, if you like overcooked it or burnt it, they will have spare stuff. Okay. You can use them.
Okay, so there's one last question that I would like to ask you. So there might be a lot of students who are watching this video right now who I guess are pursuing bachelor's in engineering or BTech, and they want to pursue a same career path like yours. So what would your advice or suggestion be to students who are in that situation at the moment?
Okay, so if they have some kind of experience or something, and they have the age on their side and they are eligible to come here, I would say they can go through the process and get to the Cordon Bleu directly without doing some kind of bachelor's degree. I would suggest that it would be good for them if they had some kind of experience or some certifications, maybe some internships. They can do some course online, so that they'll have some experience with the stuff.
So this doesn't have to be a very technical course. It could be any sort of online course like on Udemy or any websites.
Just to get an idea about the course.
Okay. And do you think having this course would be would help you in some way while getting the admission in the university?
Yeah, definitely yes. Okay. Like it will be kind of if suppose they got two applications, one which has some experience and one which doesn't. So I suppose they are generally going to favor the ones which have some experience.
Really interesting.
You can go through their website and get all the information you need. Okay. And you'll get the contact details to further get the information as well. So they're very informative and helpful. Okay. And they're pretty responsive as well. Okay. They're good.
That's really great to hear, and I'm really happy that you're pursuing something that you're so passionate about. And not a lot of students get this opportunity to do because they're scared, they're scared to step out of that normal path and comfort zone. But I'm really happy that you're pursuing something that you love and you're doing really well. So all the best for your journey, and thank you so much for being on this channel and sharing your experience with everyone. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
So that's all for this video, guys. Once again, a big thank you to Moonesh for sharing his experience with us, and I will be mentioning his contact details in the description box below. So if you have any specific doubts, feel free to reach out to him, or you can also put those questions down in the comment box and we will try to get back to you as soon as possible. I hope you found this video to be useful. If you did, then please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I will catch up with you all in the next one. Till then, goodbye.